Alright. Let me just figure out the date. It's the 28th. It's a Tuesday show. Start the Not So Live feed. Thank you for tuning in as you do each and every episode. Not really weekly. It's whenever I get around to doing it. We're going to start... Oh, we're going to start with me, of course. I'm Dan, at least on paper. We know that. It says it right here. But we're going to start, as we try to do, with something amusing. And we're going to start with something a little bit more relevant to what's coming. Boop! Now, if you couldn't have guessed by that little thing that was actually all over here, there's going to be a review a little bit later for Evil Within 2. It's actually going to be a very heavy review show, so we're going to dive into it. There is no Wrestling Minute. Or Wrestling 3 Count, whatever the hell it's called. Here's your Wrestling 3 Count. Roman Reigns is Intercontinental Champion. Paige has returned. And Triple H and Kurt Angle might be having a dispute. So, like, I don't know. Whatever. That's your Wrestling 3 Count. So we're going to dive in. We're going to start. We're going to get our gaming news, our movie TV news, and then we got three reviews. So let's start it right now. Gaming news. Bam. Maybe letters. Alright, so starting us off, and if you couldn't tell, if I do sound a little muffled, I'm getting over just a slight little congestion here, so don't worry about that. This is like the third or fourth time I've been sick this year, so hey, what else is new? Gaming news. We're going to start with Rainbow Six Siege. They have announced that as part of their tier plan, third-year plan, I think it is what it's called, we are getting a zombie mode of sorts, entitled Outbreak as of right now, coming out sometime in 2018, I believe. I never played Rainbow Six Siege, but I heard good things about it. As you know, it's a strategic multiplayer-focused game, but now they're adding zombie elements because why not? So that's a thing. Whether or not you want to play it because that is up to you. In some Sony news, hey, it's a platinum trophy. Let me, boop. It has been said that Sony Rewards is gonna do something that's been rumored for a very long time. We could actually start earning, like, in-game, not in-game, in-store currency on the PlayStation Network for our trophies. So, they have it all detailed right now. I'm signed up for it, but, like, I have yet to find out if it's going to be retroactive, when it syncs up. I don't know anything, because, like, I got a lot of platinums personally, so that'd be kind of cool to, you know, just give me some free money to spend in your store for more games, but that's something we're definitely going to have to stick around and see. And finally, in more Sony news, boop boop, Gang Beasts, a game that's been out for a while, been rumored and teased for PS4 for a long time, finally is coming out. I've played this game with my friend Derek on his laptop. It's just an amusing game, and it is coming out to the PlayStation Network, to the PS4, as you see there, December 12th, so about a week away. This game is a great party game. Depending price point when it comes out, I'll probably pick it up, but I'll kind of wait and see if it's going to be like a $10, $15, $20, but either way, the game itself is awesome. If you haven't played it, definitely play it, check it out. Yeah, that's all. And on that note, that's going to do it for gaming news. Just a few little articles, but we got a few TV and movie news thingies coming up, like, right now. Right, there's going to be a little cut, and then I'm going to appear and I'm going to start talking about, like, right. So, Justice League is out. I just saw it today. There's a review coming. It's one of the three. But we have Ben Affleck here. There's been talk that he might be done with Batman already, even though they've talked about doing a solo movie for him. My music went away. 1 second. There's been talk that this is actually going to be his final appearance. He's done good so far as Batman in the appearances we've had of him, and I've enjoyed it. Again, just saw Justice League. We'll get into that in a little bit. He's good in it. But there's already some talk of a couple people that might be eyed to replace him. Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Fassbender seem to be at the high end top. There we go, of people's lists. Who do you think would be a good replacement to continue as Batman if indeed Affleck is done and we're going to move on to somebody else? You could comment down below if you feel like it. You probably won't, but whatever. And also, I did talk about a while ago the Batman Beyond movie. Could we see maybe a little transition? I would love to see that. That's me just doing wishful thinking, so here's hoping. In other movie and television news, well, this is kind of video game news as well, but this popped up on somebody's Twitter. So, you can't see the name on the top, I'll tell you who it is, but down here, they put, for research. Now, it's the Uncharted movie, allegedly. It's like some work, but this popped up on Tom Holland's Twitter account. Now, Tom Holland, playing Spider-Man, in Spider-Man Homecoming, younger kid, apparently is all but confirmed to be playing Nathan Drake in the upcoming Uncharted movie. Now, it's hard to see anybody else because Nolan North has done the voice, and honestly, Nolan North looks like he could be an older version of Nathan Drake. Like, the guy's not that old, he's in his, I think, 40s, but I think he could do it if he was willing to. I would love to see him do it because you can't carry that voice like him. But Tom Holland, young Spider-Man as young Nathan Drake. And on that note, real quick, yay, it's not Mark Wahlberg. And 2.2 is, if Nolan North does not have a cameo in this movie, I am just gonna throw a hissy fit and just bitch and moan for like a week, maybe less, I don't know, but Nolan North needs to be involved somewhere, I don't care where. He needs to be in it. Finally, in television news, because we usually talk about movies, we're gonna talk about television. Walking Dead this Sunday. If you haven't seen it, here's a little spoiler. This guy right here is in it. Now, he is played by an actor named, I'm going to butcher his name, Avi Nash, AVI, and he is introduced as Sadiq. Now, if you see here on the right, that is Sadiq from the comics. Now, Sadiq is a character that's been established in the Walking Dead universe. If my memory serves right, he is the whole kind of on the boat with Michonne, kind of the in-between. So, depending where they're going to go, if this truly is the Sadiq that we're referencing, if him and Michonne meet, are they going to know each other? Is there a story that's going to evolve? Are we going to get like a past episode? I don't know. This season of Walking Dead's ups and downs, but I'm enjoying it regardless. And it's nice to see another character from the comic kind of make an appearance. It's going to do it for TV and movie news as my phone goes dark. But as I said, there's no Wrestling 3 count. We kind of went over that real quick in the beginning. But we got 3 reviews. 2 movies, 1 game coming at you right now. Like right now. Alright, as you saw by that little intro, we're going to start with our video game review this week of The Evil Within 2. Now, as we do, we're going to try to avoid spoilers.
Now that would be telling, Ethan. And I don't do spoilers.
And we're going to talk just a little bit about just a lot of the fundamentals and overall stuff. This game takes place as a proper sequel. We have props on the name still. Sebastian Castellanos. Unique name. I only know one person named I only know one thing named Sebastian, and it's a corgi. So we got that going for us. The game itself, compared to the first one, I think is miles better. The upgrading system, the combat, the proper use of stealth, you doing stealth kills, the fact you can actually upgrade like a gun, and if you upgrade your handgun, it goes across all handguns, not just that one gun. So it's kind of a base upgrading system. The game itself carries itself really well as a horror game. A lot of suspense, a lot of dread, kind of that just loom, especially in the big Union City when you're just roaming. I'm not a lot of spoilers, but it's just big open area, but it feels like you're just kind of very tense. I'm on chapter 5, 6, 7. I'm on chapter 7. The game, I think, is 13, 14 chapters, give or take. I don't know. That was only based on a weapon thing I looked at. But I like it. The main storyline, kind of, we're going to avoid spoilers here. You're looking for, you're helping, you're going, okay, if you played the first game, it's all in your mind thing. It's a big machine called STEM, I believe, run by a company named Mobius. And you get hooked back in to go help them. You don't really want to, but they have a reason that you're helping. So skip to at the end of this video as we did with Saw, and I'll be a lot more straightforward about it. But overall, The game is beautiful. Bethesda and everyone involved polished it. It looks really nice. Combat's awesome. Gameplay's awesome. Ammo is a pain in the ass sometimes. Some of the enemies, like, you want to upgrade your guns to make them stronger because ammo and, like, killing some of the enemies is a pain. But certain bosses so far that I've dealt with are just creepy, and the game just carries itself as a really, really grounded horror game while still being, like, in your mind and weird and twisted. So I'm definitely giving it a big old thumbs up here. Full disclosure, I did get it for free. I didn't get it free from the company because I'm not that big. They don't care. They don't like me. I got it free from a buddy of mine. Props to Mike. Boom! You get a double thumbs up there. But overall, it's a game that I probably would have picked up at some point in time. I actually was going to buy it, but then I got South Park instead at the time, which I did a review about that a few episodes ago. But I really recommend this game. It's really fun. If you're new to kind of those third-person horror games and you're not the best with, like, a control scheme, it can be a little tricky to get down. But overall, it plays as a solid action game with a big emphasis on, like, just planning your attacks. And you don't want to always rush into battle because you're going to burn your ammo and probably die. But, yeah, Evil Within 2, definitely check it out. I recommend a buy. As I said, I was going to buy it at some point. Just, hey, yeah, I got it. So, yeah. But stay tuned. Just because I did a review of this, giving it, like, a thumbs up and, like, a 9 out of 10 or something. I don't have a score. Or was it? Rent, buy, or pass? Buy. There you go. Stay tuned. I got 2 more reviews coming up. As I kick my table, second review of the night is for Thor Ragnarok. It's one of those movies that's, like, kind of hard to really review. It's good. Visually, it's really good. CG's pretty good. Like, they don't... Marvel Studios doesn't mess around with that stuff. Stories, not the strongest suits. It's all right. I don't read comics too well. I don't know, like, the full backstory of a lot of this stuff. But it was still entertaining, and it kind of explains the whole big thing of where Thor and Hulk were during a lot of other things that were going on. So, the headdress, I'm gonna point her. I forget her name, but that's okay. Her headdress is stupid. It's just stupid. That's a, yeah. Jeff Goldblum's pretty funny in it. The movie, for a Marvel, like, superhero action movie, it's funny, and that's not a bad thing, but it almost feels like it's trying to be too funny at times. Like, I don't know. It seems like it's constantly trying to be funny. But the action's pretty good, overall pretty good. It's not out to buy yet, but if I had to tell you the rent, buy, or pass, this is gonna be a rent. It's gonna be a strong rent right now, or a view, if you will, since it might still be in theaters. Probably not by now. But, I don't know. There's really no, like, spoiler territory I can think of. Well, there is one thing that maybe I'll tell you in the after credits. We'll talk about it in the after credits. See me there. But, yeah, that's gonna, just go see it. It's good. It's the Marvel Universe. It's good. Of course it's good. When was Marvel's last bad movie? I'm sure there is one. Do we count Amazing Spider-Man 2? That's only bad just because they planned 3 movies and never made the 3rd. But yeah, I digress. And we shall move on to the other side of the comic spectrum for our 3rd and final review for the night. And we're going to finish up with one final review for the night, Justice League, which, as of recording this, it is 7:20. I got done seeing it a couple hours ago. A little bit less than that. So, this is DC's next dive into their whole universe. And I know I talked about it in the past that they did some reshooting. It's not bad. The star of the show is that kid whose name I forget, but the guy that plays the Flash, like, he's, in my opinion, he's the standout of all of them. He's just good for so many reasons, and just, you feel, I think, like, you get to probably feel his character kind of develop a little bit throughout it. As he even says, he's like, I just push people out of the way. I push people and run away. But, like, he becomes more of a hero throughout it. Going down the list, Jason Momoa is awesome as Aquaman, really good. Ben Affleck as Batman, still not bad. The guy as Cyborg's pretty good. The CG's still but better than it was on the trailers, not much. Gail Gadot, I think is her name, who plays Wonder Woman. Go back up there. She always looks like she's confused about something, or I don't know. She has a weird facial expression where she does, like somebody just told her a secret and she's surprised but doesn't know why. And maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It's just, but she did really good, and they overall it's not bad. Interesting, like, story. Not really. The story's the story. It's, I don't know. Their story's never that good. It's okay. You don't see Superman up there, but it's not even a spoiler. He's in the movie. We'll get into that maybe a little bit later, but see, come on. There's a lot of little things I'm gonna just at the end again after I do the outro and the little the paper. I'm gonna tear all three apart and just kind of, maybe not the Evil Within, but overall it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I saw it for today on a Tuesday for like $5, so it's worth the $5. I recommend a view. Again, we'll get into that spoiler territory in just a little bit, so if you don't want to know, you can listen just for a little longer, then you can just stop. But there's a lot of little spoilers that are gonna come that are both good and bad. So, but overall, yeah, it was enjoyable. Their CG's still a problem to me. Like, it's really, really good CG if this was a video game. But this is a movie, and I understand there are certain things you just can't do. But Marvel can do it. So, just saying. And even then, Marvel's not perfect at it, but DC just needs to get better at something. But in terms of this being the next stone for their universe, not too bad. You know, we're coming off of Justice League, this is Justice League, off of Suicide Squad. There's no mention of anything that happened in Suicide Squad in this movie. So, and that's not really a spoiler, I don't think. Hopefully not, but just saying, there is no reference to Suicide Squad in any way that I saw. And if you can read between the lines, you know exactly what that means. But we'll get into that in a moment. I know my app's disconnected. But yeah, other than that, I'm just gonna say I'll end it on this before I want to tear it apart. It's worth a see. It was entertaining. I was entertained. It was long, but if I'm comparing this to Batman vs Superman, I think this was better. So take that with whatever you want. So, but that's gonna do it for that. And my little appy went away because it keeps like wanting to disconnect. So that means I can't make the photo go away. So that's going to do it for this week's episode of the Not So Live feed. I appreciate you tuning in. Write down some of them comments and, you know, some of them like buttons, subscribe buttons if you haven't. It's a Tuesday show. Woo! Meaning there may or may not be a Friday show. You never know. I come and go. I wasn't done. I was abruptly interrupted by the clip cutting off. But check out the other videos. Check out the channel. Appreciate you doing all those things and more. Stick around. Spoiler territory's coming. Lots of it. This is your warning. If you keep watching, if you notice like we're at a certain time mark on this video and there's probably a couple more minutes, there's some spoiler territory coming for pretty much Batman Superman. I think we're gonna be blunt. Not Batman, whatever, Justice League. Spoilers. 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 Until the next video. Starting with Evil Within, we're going to get real quick and simple. He's looking for his daughter. His daughter's the core of the whole system, and she's been dead, died in a fire. That's all lies. They lied to him for a very long time. His wife believed that their daughter was kidnapped. He didn't believe her. Blah, 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 blah. He's looking for the daughter. He's back in the system mainly to find her. There's more story stuff I'm sure I haven't got to yet, but if I can guess, One of the main bosses I've encountered so far has mentioned somebody else, and I'm guessing that's that preacher dude seen in the trailers with the fire and all that. So that's gonna be as simple as I can get it. You know, there's not much other spoilers that I have for that. Spoilers for Thor Ragnarok. See this photo? Guess what? This picture, it's not actually in the movie. You want to know why? He only has one eye when this scene happens. Yeah, only one. One of these is covered. He loses an eye to his evil devil sister lady. So I found it funny that this shot, which looks really cool, with 2 blue eyes, he doesn't. He only has 1 blue eye because I can't see. It's gone. And then he gets a little eye patch, Odin, and I didn't get into it because I didn't do the full-on research. But after the credits thing with the whole spaceship, that this is Asgard, and they're all going somewhere else, and then there's a big spaceship. I didn't look up it exactly, but I'm assuming that has a lot to do with what the fuck is that called? The Infinity War. Those guys. Thanos. I think it has a lot to do with Thanos, and this is going to be a tie-in to the 3rd Avengers movie. Quick other thing, there's been talk about the gauntlet, that Odin has had the gauntlet of Thanos' glove, but there's a very clear scene in this where it gets knocked over by the devil lady that I mentioned earlier. It breaks. It's a fake. They talk about that. It is a fake. So if that's a fake, what else is a fake inside there? I don't know, but there's that. Yeah, there's been rumors for a while about, like, how are there 2 gauntlets, you know, with the Infinity Stones? Well, simple. There's not. There's only one. That one's a fake. I don't think there's any other spoilers I have than that. Okay, now that I can take off some filters. Justice League. I already mentioned the stories, blah, 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 blah. This movie managed to go, almost 2 hours without me thinking about Jesse Eisenberg's terrible performance as Alexander Luthor, or whatever the hell he called himself. That was up until the after credits scene. Why? Why do they, like, they got so, but the whole concept there is, like, you know, we got the Justice League forming, you know, we have our place. At the end of the movie, after the credits, you stick around. I was the only person in the theater. If I can't, boom, there's a photo. Because nobody else stuck around. It was like me and 4 other people seeing this movie. They were scattered. Regardless, it's been out for a couple weeks. You see a big yacht. No, okay. You see a prison cell, and then there's a bald guy with his back to you, and they're like, Luthor, come on, blah, 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 blah. And when the guard finally goes and turns the guy around, he's laughing. I expect him to be painted up like the Joker. He wasn't, but, you know, that could be a reference to how the Joker's escaped before. You could go look at the Killing Joke animated movie for that same example. But then we cut to a big yacht, we see a boat, and from a distance we see a armored man with 2 swords on his back going onto this boat. Now, immediately I eyeballed the dude. I knew who it was. As soon as he gets on the boat, we get a close shot, it's Deathstroke. Deathstroke is on the yacht, and he is talking. He goes and has a little face-to-face, he doesn't even say anything, with Luthor. And he's all, we need to form our own society. So I think the Legion of Doom or something like that they called themselves, but Deathstroke. So, and I'll have to, like, write it down here to be 100% sure, but when Deathstroke took off his mask, it looked, I don't know who it was exactly, but it looked a lot like the guy who plays Deathstroke in Arrow. I don't know for sure, and I'm sorry that I don't have that up now, and I'll let you know, like, maybe it is. But, yeah. So, Superman comes back. Oh, yeah, and the fight, when Superman is brought back with the Power Stone, or whatever the hell it was, the box, the Mother's box, like, he's all, I don't know what's going on. I remember you, I'm gonna kill you, do you bleed? And then, like, the Lois Lane, I remember everything again. So, like, I get it, he's been dead for a while, and who knows? He said coming back to life itched a lot, so that was weird. But, one other little thing I'm gonna make a quick little reference to, which, two things together. They try to redo that Quicksilver scene, sort of, with the Flash, where he's, like, going around the room and everything's slow. And then, that's kind of funny, kind of cute, whatever. Meh, it's been done. I like this. This one was less funny, but still good. But then there's a scene where he's going super fast, and Superman is all like, I see you, because I can move just as fast. And they play on that a couple times. There's one scene where, like, the Flash is going to help civilians, and Superman alongside. They're going both really fast. And if you stay for the first credits scene, they set up, and they don't really, we don't get to see a result, which is, but they set up the Flash-Superman race, where it's just those two, and they're gonna race each other. They agreed to do a race from wherever they were starting to the Pacific. So I found that amusing, because that's always been a running joke of like, who's faster, Flash or Superman? And sorry, it's the Flash. I'm always gonna say it's the Flash. Superman can fly, but that's cheating. The Flash has to be still on the ground, and he's faster. It's the Flash. I think I covered everything. I hope I did, because that's where I'm gonna end it. Bye-bye. Alright, last thing here. This is Deathstroke in Justice League, played by Joe Manganiello, I believe is how you pronounce his name. This is Deathstroke in Arrow, played by Mau Bennett. Something like that. Not the same guy. I did my research, I found out. They look kind of similar. It's almost like Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Javier Bardem. They're pretty much the same guy. But these two different guys. Arrow universe, the TV show, and then this is the Justice League one. So yeah, this is them. That's gonna do it. That's where we end it.